What's up, people? Nate Girl 30 here, and this is another mini Q&A. Guys, thank you so much for sending me these questions, and I do have not only YouTube questions, but I also have Twitter questions as well. So let's get started with my first set of questions from Nintendo Fanboy 1988. What are your thoughts on British supermodel Cara Delevingne? I really don't care much for supermodels, and I really don't keep track, so whatever. We don't care that much about her. Thoughts on Kendall Jenner? She's alright. At least she's trying to make a name for herself and separate herself from her sister and her mom. So, way to go. Good going there. Thoughts on Kim Kardashian? I'm not a big fan of hers. I'm just not. I'm sorry. Before, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't really how she became famous. It's just the fact that she's practically shoved in everybody's faces. And the way that she's making her money, hey, it's up to her. But no, I'm just not a big fan of hers. She just comes off as a bit vain. That's just me personally. But hey, more power to you. And I don't know why she only dates black guys. I guess she prefers them. I have no idea. And everybody has a particular type, and she's one of them. She likes black men. Thoughts on Kat Sadler? I don't know who Kat Sadler is. I have no idea, and I don't really care if she's hot because I don't really pay attention. Thoughts on the black guy from E News, Terrence Jenkins. He's all right. I kind of feel like he's trying to get in where he fits in, but he don't fit in that well. And he's trying, he's doing his best trying to make it. I mean, what else can you do? But honestly, he just seems like he just don't fit. Like he just does not fit in that role, but he does his best. I bet he's really annoyed hanging out with Juliana all the time. I wouldn't be surprised. Thoughts on Jason Kennedy? He's all right until I saw Southern Mask, and I'm like, done. And actually, I was done with Malibu's Most Wanted. Yeah, he's yeah. Or maybe I'm thinking of Jamie Kennedy. I don't know. Either or, if it's Jamie Kennedy, yeah, I was done after Malibu's Most Wanted. Thoughts on the Queen of Anorexia, Juliana Rancic? I wouldn't consider that her being anorexic. I consider her being really thin. She's okay, but it's I don't know. Sometimes I just get that vibe where it's all about her, and that's just me. That's the vibe that I get from her. I'm not a big fan of hers, but she's not so much on my annoying list. What if Maria Menounos egged your house? What would you do to her? Really nothing. All I would pretty much say is like, get off my lawn or I'm gonna call the police. I'm not a fan of hers anyway, so I really wouldn't care if she was carted off, but as long as she would get off my property and not throw eggs at it anymore. That's pretty much how I see it. What if the Bella Twins main evented Mania? How would you feel about that? Awesome! Seriously, it would be great to actually have a Divas event that main evented WrestleMania. Not to mention, it'll be something that people want to see. So honestly, I would love to see that happen. And I think I'm probably the odd woman out because nobody likes Divas. Well, I do. I love the Divas division. I think there's a lot of hope for it. There's a lot of potential there, but people just not really investing in it. So if they actually were good enough to main event Mania and people want to see that, awesome. That's all I have to say about that. I'm cool with that, straight up. But great questions, man. Moving on from there to John Cunt. Thoughts on the casual viewer? I don't know who he is. I haven't really watched the Lex Man's video that often, so I really don't have a clue who he is. Have you heard that WWE is planning to give Kalisto from NXT a gay hairstylist gimmick and unmasking him? I hope that's a lie. I really, really hope that's a lie, because no. Like, I know that long time ago in the early 2000s, yes, the whole being gay was a trend. And I know people, it's a lifestyle, yes, I know. But it was a trend back in the 2000s. There were so many gay shows out there. But it just won't work that way now. Not to mention, why? Why can't he just be who he is? Which, moving on to your next question. Why do so many NXT talents get a gimmick change once they made the main roster? Is Vince a cancer to his own company? I'm not going to say he's a cancer, but I will say that he's stuck in his ways. Honestly, NXT is Triple H's baby, or Paul Levesque. That's his baby. And he has done a great job with it. I just wish that it would just pan over to Raw or to SmackDown without them having to change. And honestly, yes, this is going to be a downfall for Vince. I mean, look at the decision he made with Roman Reigns. Did that pan out well? But then, let's put it this way, he's not perfect. When things pop in his head, he just goes with it. He just doesn't necessarily think it through until it actually happens, but somehow he finds a way to make it work. So I'm not going to say he's a cancer, but I have to say that he has to start thinking things through. We're in a whole different era now. He can't go back and reach into the Attitude Era and pull it out. It's not going to work anymore. Seriously. Gotta do something different. And your next question for me is, what are your thoughts on the Bobbi Kristina situation? I'm not sure what her status is. I just pray that she's all right. I just pray that she's all right, and I pray that she will be okay, and that's all I'm going to do in this situation. But it really does make me sad that she is in this state that she's in. It really does make me sad. But moving on to the next set of questions, the final set of questions comes from Peyto Nilton. Do you even lift, bro? I'm not a bro, and no, I don't lift. Is Jeff Hardy emo? No. Thoughts on James Storm? He's alright, but the whole redneck gimmick is kind of played out. Unless he really is a redneck, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Why do you not like Maria Menounos? The reason why I don't like her is because she seems like she's a glorified reporter that has a very pretentious attitude. I'm not really a fan of hers, and it's just, I don't know, it just seems like it's all about her. Not to mention the fact that she was in the Divas match and she actually did pin Beth Phoenix, making Beth Phoenix look as weaker as she already is. And I love Beth Phoenix. But the fact that you have Maria pin her, no, that doesn't sit so well with me. And I'm all about celebrities, but celebrities need to be behind the lines and be spectators, not be a part of the show. I don't care how big your popularity is. If you don't fit in that genre, don't be a part of it. That's just me personally. And that's the reason why I don't like her. Just like it's not really the same as why I don't like John Cena anymore. But their attitudes are somewhat similar. But honestly, yeah. If you're a celebrity, stay behind the lines. Unless you're in a sport. If you're a boxer, fine. If you're a hockey player, fine. If you're a physical, if you're a physical athletic individual, fine. Be a part of it. Especially if you're in the UFC. Do it. I don't care. But if you're like somebody outside the box, like Drew Carey or freaking Maria, just stay behind the lines. Please. Please do that. But anyway, my final set of questions comes from Real Harold. And of course, like last time, I did seem a little bit perturbed when you actually made a question about me being punched in the face by Roman Reigns, which was a bit off. But I've already cleared that up on Twitter. I got no problems with him, no beef at all. But it was a weird question. But anyway, moving on to your questions for me. What does Nature Girl 30 think of the crazy African-American diva Alicia Fox? Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Alicia Fox. I still am not. And she's improved greatly over the years when it came to her performances. But as of her personality, it's like any other crazy chick out there. There's nothing really special about her, but she does have potential. Unfortunately, her personality is just bland. It's bland and it's boring. And not to mention, the whole crazy chick gimmick already belongs to AJ. Come up with something new. Please do. There's so much more to her. I'm just not a fan of hers. I'm just not. And your final question for me is the Nature Girl 30 considered a tomboy? I guess that you could say I was a tomboy as a kid. I actually did play sports, like playing sports. Really wasn't into the frou-frou stuff, and I hated shopping. I really hated shopping. So I guess you could pretty much say that I was a tomboy as a kid, but I'm kind of more of a woman now. And even though I do like the some things that guys like, I still consider myself a woman. So either or, yeah, as a kid, tomboy, yeah. But now, not so much. But guys, thanks so much for sending me questions. If you have any other questions for me, by all means, send them to me via YouTube or on Twitter at Arcades30 #NatureGirlQ&A. It's NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out. Later.